Greetings! Mantaray79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Keter Sanctuaries, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms, D-BT10. Alrighty, let's begin. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu, and like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Keter Sanctuaries, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms deck, made up of cards only available up until D-BT10. Then okie dokie, let's get started. Go into filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of 5 Greats, D-BT2, Rush of Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Shakabarti, D-BT5, Triumphant of Brave Heroes, Festival Booster 2021, Festival Booster 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and then D-BT6, Blazing Dragon Reborn, D-BT7, Raging Flame against Emerald Storm, D-BT8, Minerva Rising, D-BT9, Dragon Tree Invasion, and D-BT10, Dragon Masquerade. Pack selected, apply filters, filters applied, let's get started. First up, the ride deck. And now for the ride deck. For the cards in this ride deck we are playing, ride deck, grade 3, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms. Skills, first skill, auto, Rebel Dress, auto is a Vanguard. At the end of battle, this unit attacked. Choose up to one card of Rebel form in its card name from hand, ride it as stand, and it gets drive -2 until end of turn. Second skill, actions of Vanguard, once per turn, cost, discard a card from hand. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to one card of Rebel form its card name from among them, reveal it, put in the hand, or choose up to one grade 2 or less card from among them and call it a Rigor Circle. Put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. Alright, the grade 3, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms. We have 1 the ride deck. Next up, ride deck, grade 2, Knight of Ardent Light, Youth. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is ruled upon by a unit with the Overdress ability, cost, counterblast 1. If you cost and paid, choose a grade 2 or greater card from drop and put into hand. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard or Rearguard. When this unit is boosted, cost, soul blast 1. If you cost and paid, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of battle. Okay, grade 2, Knight of Ardent Light, Youth. We have 1 the ride deck. Next up, ride deck, grade 1, Determined to Break Away, Youth. Skills, first skill, continuous as a Vanguard or Rearguard. During the battle this unit attacked, this unit plus 2,000 power. Second skill, auto. When this unit is ruled upon by Knight of Ardent Light, Youth. Cost, soul blast 1. If you cost and paint, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to one card of Youthberk in its card name from among them, reveal it, put in the hand, or choose up to one grade 2 or less unit card from among them, call it a Rigor Circle, and put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. Affirmative, grade 1, Determined to Break Away, Youth. We have 1 the ride deck. And finally, ride deck, grade 0, Youth following in footsteps, Youth. Starting unit, skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. Confirm, grade 0, Youth following in footsteps, Youth. We have 1 the ride deck. With that, we covered the deck's ride deck. Next, let's get on to the grade 3 lineup. And now, for the grade 3 lineup. For the grade 3s in this deck we are playing, the grade 3, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms. Since we explained this card's skills and effects during the ride deck portion of the video, we just skip ahead. For the grade 3, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms, we have 3 in the main deck. Next up, the grade 3, Youthberk, Rebel Form, Gust. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by the Overdress ability. If your opponent's Vanguard grade is 3 or greater, cost, discard a card from hand. If you cost and paid, this unit gets plus 10,000 power and plus 1 drive until end of turn. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard. At the end of your turn, choose a card with the Overdress ability from Soul and ride it as rest. And alright, the grade 3, Youthberk, Rebel Form, Gust. We have 3 in the deck. Next, the grade 3, Youthberk, Rebel Form, Tempest. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by the Overdress ability, all of your front units gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Then, cost, counterblast 1. If you cost and paid, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards with the same grade as any of the revealed cards. Put in the bottom of the deck. Then, put all of the revealed cards into hand. Second skill, Auto as a Vanguard. At the end of your turn, choose a card with the Overdress ability from your soul and ride it as rest. Okie dokie, Grade 3, Youthberk, Rebel Form, Tempest. We have 4 in the deck. With that, we covered the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 2 lineup. And now for the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 2, Knight of Fracture, Schneisel. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, cost Counterblast 1. If the cost and paid, look at the top 5 cards of the deck. Choose up to 1 Grade 3 card of Youthberk in its card name from among them. Reveal it, put in the hand and shuffle deck. And this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Second skill, Auto as a Rearguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your Vanguard was placed this turn by riding from Grade 3, choose one of your Vanguards, it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Alright, the Grade 2, Knight of Fracture, Schneisel, we have 3 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 2, Knight of Plowing, Dobreak. Skills, first skill, Auto from the front row Rearguard Circle. When your Vanguard is placed on Vanguard Circle by the Overdress ability, choose one of your Vanguards, it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Second skill, Auto as a Rearguard. When this unit attacks a Grade 3 or greater unit, cost Soul Blast 1 with a Rebel form in its card name. If the cost and paid, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until end of battle. Okie dokie, the Grade 2, Knight of Plowing, Dobreak, we have 3 in the deck. And finally, the Grade 2, Spiral Cutie Angel. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this card is discarded from hand during your ride phase, cost Soul Blast 1 and put this unit in the bottom of the deck. If the cost and paid, draw a card. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, if you Persona Road this turn, cost Counterblast 1. If the cost and paid, look at the top 2 cards of the deck. Choose a 1 card from among them, put into hand, put the rest in the top or bottom of the deck. Affirmative, the Grade 2, Spiral Cutie Angel, we have 3 in the deck. With that, we've covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 1 lineup. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s in this deck we are playing, the Grade 1, Palladium Zeal Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from hand discarded. Alrighty, the Grade 1, Palladium Zeal Dragon, we have 3 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 1, Blitz Order, Elementary Sanctitude. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementary Sanctitude deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Place the cost of, discard a card from hand if your Vanguard is scored 3 or less. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. Okay, the Grade 1, Elementary Sanctitude, we have 1 in the deck. And next, the Grade 1, Witch of Accumulation, Sequana. Skills, first skill, Continuous as a Rearguard. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard of Youthberk in its card name, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. Second skill, Auto as a Rearguard. When your unit is placed on the Vanguard Circle by Overdress ability, cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your Vanguards, increase or decrease its drive to 1 until end of turn. Affirmative, the Grade 1, Witch of Accumulation, Sequana, we have 4 in the deck. And finally, the Grade 1, Knight of Vanquished Bow, Spilt. Skill, Auto from the back row center of Rearguard Circle. When your Vanguard is placed on Vanguard Circle by the Overdress ability, cost, stand this unit. And this unit gets with 10,000 power until end of turn. And confirm the Grade 1, Knight of Vanquished Bow, Spilt, we have 3 in the deck. With that, we've covered the deck's Grade 1 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 0 lineup. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck we are playing, the Grade 0, Light Dragon Deed of Honors, Amritonia, Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Until end of turn, you also perform drive checks for the battles your rearguards attack. And alright, the Grade 0, Light Dragon Deed of Honors, Amritonia, Overtrigger, we have 1 in the deck. Here we have the Grade 0, Volition Rigger Dragon, Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, Critical Trigger, Skill, Auto as a Rearguard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units, it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Okie dokie, the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Bard of Heavenly Song, Alpac, Fret Trigger, Skill, Continuous as a Guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. Affirmative, the Grade 0, Bard of Heavenly Song, Alpac, Fret Trigger, we have 3 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Recuperate Angel, Heal Trigger, we have 2 in the deck. And finally, the Grade 0, Affectionate Heart Angel, Heal Trigger, Skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard's grade is less than your opponent's Vanguard grade, this unit gets plus 10,000 shield until end of battle. With that, we've covered the deck's trigger lineup. With that, the deck's been built, Cardfight explains. For the cards in this deck we are playing, 4 Grade 3, Youthberk Skyfall Arms. 3 Grade 3, Youthberk Rebel Form Gust. 4 Grade 3, Youthberk Rebel Form Tempest. 1 Grade 2, Knight of Ardent Light Youth. 3 Grade 2, Knight of Fracture Schneisel. 3 Grade 2, Knight of Plowing Dobreak. 3 Grade 2, Spiral Cutie Angel. 1 Grade 1, Determine to Breakaway Youth. 3 Grade 1, Palladium Zeal Dragon. 1 Grade 1, Elementara Sanctitude. 4 Grade 1, Witch of Accumulation Sequana. 3 Grade 1, Knight of Vanquished Foes Filt. 1 Grade 0, Youth Following in Footsteps Youth, starting unit. And for the triggers of this deck we are playing, 1 Amritonia, Overtrigger. 8 Critical Triggers. 3 Front Triggers. And 4 Heal Triggers. With that deck built, Cardfight explains. Next, let's get on to testing out the deck. And here we are in the main menu, going to test out the deck, so going to Fight menu, selecting CPU Fight, choosing the the deck I just showcased to you, the Keter Sanctuaries, Youthberk Skyfall Arms, D-BT10 deck. It all looks okay from here, selecting the deck, choosing my opponent. The opponent I'm going to test it out on, let's see, who would be a good choice? I think this time I'm going to use this deck against Dragon Empires, Yu Yu Kondo, Hard Difficulty, and click. The battle begins. Let's get started. And here we're in the fight. Gonna decide who goes first, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock to paper, I lose. Going second. Drawing our starting hands. I got 2 criticals, a Sequana, a Perfect Guard, and a Gust. Holding onto all normal units, just redrawing triggers. Redraw. Spiral Cutie, critical trigger, not too bad. He goes first. He rides. The Great One, Reno. And their turn, my turn. My turn, draw. I ride from the right deck, determine the breakaway Youth. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding Spiral Cutie. Discard, ride, Youth. First, Youth skill. Starting unit, draw a card, draw. And Spiral Cutie skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast. Returning Spiral Cutie to deck and draw. Yes, another Sequana. Then there's a chance my opponent can then Overdress Virina, can retire rear guard, so better not risk it. I can't afford to lose either of my Sequanas for the time being. Going to battle phase. Vanguard to Banker, 8k. 10k, the attack goes through. Drive check. No trigger, don't break. And Pierce. Damage check. Yes, critical trigger, trigger wasted. I made the right choice not calling any rear guards this turn. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. Here comes the Grade 2, Ryu. Skill of Reno. Superior called Trickstar to the rear guard. He Rebel Dresses Arcs. He had one. Skill of Rebel Dress, Overdress, and draw 2 cards. Plus 5,000 power. Battle phase, 10k to Vanguard. 12k, so no guard, gonna take it. Drive check. No trigger, safe. 1 damage. Out. Damage check. No trigger, Schneisel. Next here comes Virina Arcs. No guard, taking the damage. Out. Damage check. Gust. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck, Knight of Ardent Light Youth. Right deck cost, I'm discarding a copy of Tempest, since Ardent, my Grade 2, can let me search for a Grade 2 or higher drop zone to add back to my hand, so I can just recycle it later. Discarding Tempest. Ride, Youth. Skill the Great One, determine the breakaway Youth skill. Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and look at the top cards in my deck. 4, Spiral Cutie, Gust. I'm not gonna add Gust to my hand. I'm gonna Superior Call Spiral Cutie to rear guard instead. Call. And the rest go in the bottom of the deck. Next, I call. Dual Break to rear guard. Call. And Sequana to rear guard. Call. That should do it to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard. 10k. The attack goes through. Drive check. No trigger. Another Dual Break. And Pierce. Damage check. No trigger. Perfect guard. Safe. Now, Spiral Cutie to the rear guard. Virina Arcs. The attack goes through. Boom! One less rigor to worry about. Boosted by Sequana. Dual Break to Vanguard. 18k. He guards with a critical trigger. 25k. The attack is blocked. End of my turn. Opponent's turn. Here comes the Grade 3. Chakrabarti Divine Dragon Nirvana. Skill of Ryu. Searching deck 4. Virina adding to hand. Nirvana skill. Discarding card and search superior. Oh, he's discarding Virina and calling and overdressing Virina Arcs instead. Prioritizing drawing more cards instead of retiring my rear guards. That actually works for me. 13k. Not activating the counter blast, so I guard with a critical trigger. 2 to pass. And yep, 2 to pass. First check. No trigger. Esperidia. Oh no. Second check. Perfect guard. Ah, 2 good cards. Ka-chink. Now here comes Arcs to Vanguard. I guess I'll... chances of getting a heal trigger this stage are pretty low. Next turn, he'll probably ride to Grade 4 and deal me a lot of damage, so I better block the damage early just in case. Guard with Volition trigger, critical trigger. 25k. Chink, safe. End of opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck, Skyfall Arms. Right deck cost, I'm discarding Dual Break. Right, Skyfall Arms. Youth skill, Counter Blast 1, Counter Blast and returning Gust Tempest from my drop zone to hand. Then I'm gonna call. I'm gonna activate my Vanguard skill, discarding a card, discarding critical trigger, Volition Rigor. To search the top cards on my deck for. I call Schneisel to rear guard. Call. Not activating skills, just sending this bomb to deck and not activating the skill this time, so I'm just gonna switch positions and maintain this position. Go to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard, 13k. The attack goes through. Twin drive, first check. No trigger. Skyfall Arms, second check. No trigger, Dual Break, 1 damage, and Pierce. Damage check. No trigger, safe. Now, Rebel Dress. Rebel Dress, I'm Rebel Dressing. Youthberk, Skyfall, Youthberk, Skyfall Arms, Tempest. Then I'm first gonna activate Tempest's skill. Power to the entire front row. And Counter Blast. Reveal Grade 0 and Grade 3. And then I'm activating Dual Break skill. 5,000 power to Vanguard. And Sequana skill into Soul. Power. And then first I'm gonna attack with Schneisel to the Vanguard. 15k. Schneisel skill plus 5,000 power to the Vanguard. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger. Safe. And now Tempest to Vanguard. 28k. 1 drive. Perfect guarding. Perfect guard cost is discarding. A Grade 1. Drive check. No trigger. Gust. And the attack fails. Then Dual Break to Vanguard. 15k. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger. Arcs. Nice. One less card to worry about. End of my turn. My opponent's turn. Tempest's skill, returning Skyfall arms to the Vanguard. Maha Nirvana, I knew that was coming. He rises it and damages me once. Skill, he's going to resurrect Trickstar and deal me 1 damage. Yes, critical, just what I needed. I give critical to... all to... the Vanguard. He has Esperidia in hand, chance he'll be able to overdress it and go all out against me. Yep, Esperidia, I knew that was coming. I have an overdress skill of Esperidia, all Trickstars and back to the dress base. Skill of the Great One, Ximena, searching deck 4, another Esperidia. Oh no! Arcs to Vanguard, 28k. This is gonna be really rough for me. I have 23k, so a 10k shield is more than enough, so... Gonna just take the chance, no guard. Out! Damage check. No trigger, Skyfall arms. Here comes the rear guard. 31k. Then, later he'll be able to restand his Virina Esperidia and get a whole bunch of power, so I can't afford to damage too early. Guard whiff. The front trigger. Or, what to do at this point? I think I'm just gonna guard with Dolbrag and Schneisel. 33k. Guard. Ka-ching. Safe. Here comes Maha Nirvana. Skill of Virina Esperidia. Restands. A huge boost of power. Double guard. I guard with the front trigger, Outpact, plus 5,000 shield, 2 to pass. Another guard, over trigger to pass. First check. No trigger, Arcs. Second check. No trigger, Maha Nirvana. Third check. No trigger, another Esperidia. Safe, so the attack is blocked. Ka-chink. Here comes 43k. No guard. Gonna take it. Ow. Damage check. Over trigger. Damage nullified. Draw a card. Another front out of the deck. Come on. End of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Another trigger. Come on. Where are all my triggers leaving so early? Persona Ride. Youthberk Skyfall arms. Draw a card. Yes. I'm gonna activate Youthberk skill. Discarding Youthberk Rebel Form Gust. Searching the top 3 cards of my deck. Come on, a Schvilt. Yes, Schvilt. Not adding any Skyfall arms to hand, but I'm just gonna add Schvilt to the rear guard. Superior Call. The rest go in the bottom of the deck. Next, I move Spiral Cutie to the front row. I call 2 copies of Zaquana to rear guard. Call. And call. That should do it. To battle phase we go. Boosted by Schvilt. Skyfall arms to the Vanguard. 28k. He double guards. 43k. 2 to pass. First check. Heal trigger. Cannot heal, but I'm giving power to... Dolbrag. The second check. No trigger. Sequana. The attack fails. Now it's time to Rebel Dress. Here we go. Youthberk Skyfall arms. Rebel Dress 2. Youthberk. Rebel Form Tempest. Skill of... First, I'm going to activate the skill of Tempest. Power to the entire front row. Then Counter Blast. Counter Blast and... Look at the top 2 cards of deck. 2 triggers, come on. Then... Schvilt skill. Restand. Power up. And then next we have... The power of D-BT10 plus 5,000 power to Vanguard. Next up, the effect of the left side Sequana into Soul. Drive to the Vanguard, not activating the right one skill. Boosted by Schvilt. Go! Vanguard Tempest, 48k. Perfect guard. Perfect guard cost is discarding. Esperidia. Drive check. No trigger, Schvilt. The attack failed. But now here comes boosted by Sequana. Go, Spiral Cutie Angel. 35k. Double guarding. 38k, just barely enough. The final attack. D-BT to Vanguard. 35k. D-BT skill. Rebel Blast, the Tempest from the Soul. Plus 10,000 power. 45k to Vanguard. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger. 6 damage. I win. That was a pretty okay fight. I got to try the new cards in this deck and make it work out pretty well for me. So I got win, attack 40,000 more power, guard of 60,000 more shield, drew an over trigger, did a persona right, 6 turns pass, did a superior call, retired 5 opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 2700 VP, total 550,000, 675 VP, pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to the fight menu. Here we are in the fight menu, leaving fight menu, going back to main menu. Back to the main menu to edit deck menu. And with that, the deck's been built, card effects explained, and I just finished testing deck on front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload in the near future. I'll also be able to show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye, and see you all.